In this video, I'm going to take a look through three of the stocks in one of our immediate focus watch lists at Wave Cycle Trader. So back in March, as the markets were dropping, our cycles were indicating that we were going to see a significant low, followed by a rally in the main indices and across the board in a number of stocks. So we put together for our members this short-term focus list, and these were the key momentum stocks that we wanted to look at, that we believed would offer substantial returns coming out of those lows. So what we were looking for, if we go back to this April timeframe, was our indicators to tell us when to go long. Now, our primary indicator is this one here. It's a cyclic smoothed CRSI, and we link it to our proprietary cycles engine. So our cycles engine is constantly analyzing the dominant cycles in any given instrument, and the settings for our proprietary indicators then adjust accordingly. And what we look for is for this to trade outside of its dynamic band, and when it comes back in, that's when we get buy and sell signals. They don't lag, and they are extraordinarily accurate and powerful. Our trend indicator, which is also proprietary, tends to give us a heads up slightly early. We have the Brexit indicator, but we've again amended that to, or updated it from Walter Bressit's original work, and linked it also to our cycles engine. And then we have the squeeze, but again we've linked the various Bollinger Band and Keltner channel parameters to our cycles engine, so it's not the same one as you would see elsewhere. We also look for block trades coming in. These are all automatically plotted for you on our proprietary charting package, which is known as Trading Vision, and we use that in real time within the Wave Cycle Trader service. So three of the stocks I'd like to look at. RKLB. So you can see that the momentum started to come up. The CRSI was outside the band. Our Mansfield indicator started to go neutral, and the trender had already given the buy. So we were looking for the CRSI buy. We were also looking at our proprietary composite cycle, and that was indicating that the bottom was due. And we should be looking for an initial move up to around mid to second or third week in July. Was the time frame that it was looking for, which is particularly useful if you like to use options rather than just owning the stock. Now, there's the low, there's the buy signal. This here gives you all of our proprietary indicators, and it shows you when they go to buy and sell, and then we give a consensus. Maximum consensus score is 13 in either direction. So you can see that the consensus of indicators all fired along coming out of that low, and we had a squeeze building up with momentum going positive. So the entry that we took in this stock was at 1975, and we're still in it. Now, I'll come to that in a moment. Our target was this 1618 fib up here at a minimum at 52.72, and we achieved that yesterday, with a possibility that this can go to 61.97 to 80.43. So if you look at the returns on that in the first instance, they are absolutely enormous, around a 200% gain. And if you look at the risk to reward, again, very, very attractive, and certainly in line with what one needs to obtain to be successful in this business. Now, that was the second time we traded this stock. It was on our watch lists last year coming out of this low, and the trade then was actually as we broke here. And you can see again the consensus of indicators, the trender giving us the early move, the CRSI giving us a breakout buy, which is particularly powerful, Mansfield trending up after a buy signal. And that took us from an entry at 583. The sell signal was here when this indicator crossed back in below its dynamic band. So we came out of this stock on this little consolidation at 23.95. So again, absolutely enormous returns, a five-fold return on the initial investment. You don't need to use leverage with these kind of returns in the time frames that we are looking at. So that's RKLB. Another one that's been particularly good to us is SOFI. Now, we have had previous trades in this on this run up, but I'm just going to focus in on the one that we took in April. And again, What were we looking for? We were looking for the trender to give us the early buy warning. Well, there it was, came and gave us a diverged buy. Then we got the whole consensus of indicators firing long, but the key one that we wait for is our cyclic smooth CRSI, momentum going positive. So we came into this stock here at 11. And so we bought the stock at $11. We're still in it. It's up at 22.31, and therefore we've doubled the investment in a matter of a few months, by the way. The initial target that we're concerned about here is this 23.11 and just above it. I do think we're likely to hit that, but we're watching these indicators very, very carefully here. And the consensus score to the upside has come down from 13 to 11. The other thing that's causing us to have a little concern, you can see that our composite indicator from the cycles work was supportive of this move up, including the time frame into the top. It's now starting to turn. And again, I'll come back to that at the end of this video. Nvidia. So we've played Nvidia a number of times over the years, but the most recent play was coming out again from that April low. We were looking for this to come down into this 1.0 to 138.2 region here. We also had the benefit of block trades coming off this previous low, and we were looking for this support to hold. So that was an additional aid, if you like, to entering this trade. There was our CRSI coming down, and there's the buy. There's the trender giving us the heads up, Brexit. But then most importantly, you can see the consensus of indicators all firing long at the same time. That allowed us to get into Nvidia at 102.25. And again, we're still in it. We're up around 70%. Our target, our initial target, by the way, was 159.88, the 1618 fib here. And we're looking now for 180.77, having exceeded it. You can see that all of our indicators are still on a buy. We've got a maximum consensus of 13 to the upside. And if I add the cycles work in, that's starting to be of concern. That would indicate that we're in for a pullback fairly imminently. So again, we have our plans in place for that. Now, if you'd like more information on this entire watch list and an analysis of each of these stocks and what we did recently and what we're doing now, and more importantly, or as importantly, what we're looking for next, then there's a link at the end of this video to a 30-minute video that I recorded and posted on our social media yesterday that takes you through all of those stocks using these exact same tools and indicators. And the gains over the last few months have been very, very rewarding. And a lot of them have future gains that look even more rewarding, but likely after pullbacks. There's a second link at the bottom of this video where we walk you, or rather I walk you, through the inside of the Wave Cycle Trader service and website. It's unlike any other that you will have ever come across. Everything within it is live. It has live data feeds, live charting, live analysis that updates in real time across all instruments. We put out 3 different videos per day of updates, pre-UK, pre-US and post-US market daily update. At a minimum, we do stock and forex and crypto updates, sector ETF updates, sector rotation updates, cycle updates constantly throughout the day. And I commentate on the early part of the European session for day traders and throughout the US session each and every day. So do take a look at that. And if you wish to consider joining our service, then we are also now offering a 7-day free trial to our professional level service. That's the full access service, and the link for that is also at the end of this video. I do hope that some of you will consider joining us and taking your trading to the next level. These tools that we've developed really are second to none, and I wouldn't trade without them personally. They're not available elsewhere. We developed our own platform to host these tools specifically, and we're not going to be licensing them to other platforms. It would be very difficult to do so in any event. But take a look at the analysis and the results. Come and have a look at the service and take advantage of the free trial, and then consider whether we could help you to take your trading to the next level.